One of the things that I found it essential to explain or illustrate in the book was how pervasive and indeed normative anti-Semitism was among the Eastern aristocratic elites, Protestant elites of Boston and New York at the turn of the last century and into the first couple decades of this century. It would have been more surprising to find somebody in that world who was not anti-Semitic. So to demonstrate this, I write about a young woman of excellent breeding and excellent education, who in her early 30s, at the age of 32 or 33, I believe, writes 2 letters to her mother-in-law. One, she's just met Felix Frankfurter, who was at the time was a superstar professor at the Harvard Law School, and she tells her mother-in-law that I met Frankfurt. He's a very interesting little man, but very Jew. Then she goes to another party and she writes to her mother-in-law and said, I would rather be hanged than to go to another Jew party and listen to all the talk about money, diamonds, and sables. And that woman who wrote those statements was Eleanor Roosevelt. And I figure that if the reader, if you know anything about Eleanor Roosevelt, who's the very model, the paradigm of tolerance, that if even she had felt this way as an adult, then that gives you an idea of how pervasive the anti-Semitism was. Now, she changed. She began to get to know Jews, and she, came out of her own personal shell and engaged more with American life and put it behind her. But it was innate. It was something that came with mother's milk to these people.